Hey, it's Tom Dalton from the Emmy Award-winning PBS television program Under the Radar Michigan. Now, if you're looking for fun things to see and do yourself a favor and take a trip to Michigan. You'll see what I mean. Now, if you're in Michigan like me and you hear somebody scream "Surf's up," don't worry, you're not losing your mind. You're in harbor country.
Third Coast Surf Shop is the place to go, and owner Ryan Gerard is the dude to see when you're ready to hang 10, Great Lakes style.
I had no idea there were waves on the Great Lakes that were big enough or organized enough you could surf on.
I've been doing that for 14 years, so I'm pretty sure it's real at this point. I wouldn't expect anyone to really know that unless you've seen it for yourself.
Right.
And the thing is, when the good surfing is happening, when the waves are typically big enough to surf, it's typically not a nice beach day.
I was going to say, do you have to wait for a storm or a big
winds associated
big nor'easter
with,
to come in? Or?
Yeah, stuff like that, exactly. Yeah.
Really?
Yep, and it's just the wind blowing across a certain distance on the lake. I mean, these are huge lakes, of course.
Right.
So the wind, as long as it's blowing across a far enough distance, right, and it's blowing for a long enough amount of time, the waves can get quite big. There's actually buoys out that the Coast Guard puts out in the middle of the lakes.
Yeah.
I've seen the Lake Michigan buoy at 26 feet.
Talk about something being totally under my radar. I had no idea this was going on right in my own backyard. West Lake. Anyway.
What are the biggest waves you've ever surfed on Lake Michigan?
Realistically, for me, probably 8 to 10 feet.
Seriously, a 10-foot wave?
Well over my head.
How many people know about this? I mean, when you go out there surfing, are there a bunch of guys out there surfing?
Yes, it's growing. I mean, people have been doing this since the late 50s in the Great Lakes. But it's always been an underground thing.
That is, until our 11 billion UTR fans see this.
You were telling me earlier that there's another sport it's the fastest growing sport in the United States?
In the fastest growing water sport in the world, and probably one of the fastest growing sports in the world in terms of the amount of people doing it.
What Ryan is talking about is stand-up paddleboarding. And since the weather wasn't conducive to some gnarly surfing, we headed over to the Galeen River to get our feet wet.
Are there any piranha in this water?
This is a freshwater river, so I don't know, to be honest.
Oh, great. Great answer. Okay.
Just don't fall in. We won't have any problem.
So after a few simple beginner tips, I was ready to paddleboard like a pro. Only apparently, not really.
How come my board's wider and bigger than yours?
Because you're wider and bigger than I am.
No, you can say because I'm a beginner. It's more stable and I won't fall down. Okay, let's do this.
All right.
And just like that, we were off. Honestly, I thought I was doomed to dunk, but it turns out paddleboarding was an absolute blast. It was almost like I was walking over the water. It's very, very different and very cool. Just like the Third Coast Surf Shop, which has found a perfect home in Michigan's harbor country.